At the age of 16, Mbappe almost went to prison, and this is perhaps the most frightening fact about Mbappe. In this video, you will see the most interesting facts about the most talented French player of the 21st century. Kylian had no choice but to become an athlete. Every puzzle of his family consists of sports. The French mother was a professional handball player. The father played for the football club Bondi, the twin brother played for FK Rennes, and the uncle worked as a manager in Sedan. And the younger brother of Kylian now shines at the PSG Academy. The next fact about Mbappe is familiar to each of you. If you find out yourself in this fact, be sure to like it. The Frenchman has been honing his blows since early childhood at home. The gap between the sofa and the table served as a gate for him. Despite the fact that the 5-year-old Mbappe already had a photo with Thierry Henry, his main idol was Cristiano Ronaldo. There were so many posters of Screro in his room that only the Portuguese had more in his room. In addition to Cristiano, Kylian was inspired by a successful football player named PlayStation. If a person is 80% made of water, then a little Mbappe is 80% made of FIFA. Fact number 5 is also related to FIFA and the Frenchman. He borrowed his celebration of goals from his younger brother, who celebrates the goals in the FIFA simulator. In 2012, Kylian could become a Chelsea player. The football club Bondi, for which Kylian played, came to England for a friendly match with the Charlton Reds. Despite the fact that the Frenchman mocked the opponent as much as he could and his team won 7-0. The scouts of the aristocrats who came to this match on purpose did not immediately decide to take the Frenchman and invited the guy to come to them separately for viewing. However, Mbappe's mother told them that if they did not consider talent in her son at once, they would have to pay him 50 million in 5 years. And as we know, the mother was slightly mistaken. After 5 years, Kylian moved to PSG for a much larger amount. Kylian did not fall for Chelsea's tempting offer and joined the Clairefontaine Football Academy. In 2014, Real Madrid attempted to take Mbappe away from France. Zinedine Zidane himself wanted to see the Frenchman in his team. Kylian even came to Madrid. But at Real's headquarters, he only celebrated with a photo of his favorite footballer. In Spain, there was a serious conversation between Kylian and his father, as a result of which they decided that it was better for the Frenchman to stay in his homeland in order to receive an education and have more playing practice. However, according to another version, Mbappe's dad wanted to get too much money from the cream for signing the contract. But in Monaco, they went on Kylian's concession and paid him a bonus of 400,000 euros. And they did not regret it, having earned 179,600 more on him 3 years later. But Kylian may not have been in PSG. In 2016, Mbappe wanted to get Arsene Wenger, who was visiting a promising guy at home, but could not convince them with his long jacket, and the Frenchman stayed in Monaco. Mbappe is the youngest debutant in Monaco. For the first time, Kylian played in a red and white t-shirt in a match against Cannes when he was 16 years old and 347 days old. Thus, he broke the record of Henry, who was 20 years old. During the first 14 matches, Kylian scored 1 goal and gave 2 assists. However, the potential of the teenager amazed, and in order to protect himself, the Frenchman received a more favorable contract and 3 million for his signature. In the same 2016, Mbappe became the European champion U19, scoring 5 goals and taking second place in the rating of the best bombers. At number 15, Mbappe has a fact that Neymar doesn't have. After winning the Youth Euro, he didn't go to a party in honor of the triumph, but went to rest before the training camp in Monaco. After that, Mbappe had a choice for which national team to play for. Despite the fact that he was born in France, his mother is from Algiers and his father is from Cameroon. Therefore, Mbappe received an offer from these national teams. Perhaps Kylian made an illogical choice. He just became a world champion and recently helped the French national team win the League of Nations. Kylian is the second young player in history who managed to score in the final of the World Cup. Before that, only Pelé in 1958. All his prize money for winning the World Cup, namely 400,000 euros, Mbappe transferred to the fund for supporting the development of sports programs for sick children. Not only Kylian represents footballers in the world of charity. See here about the good deeds of other players. At the same World Championship in Russia, Mbappe set a world speed record. After speeding up in a match with Argentina to 38 km/h, the Frenchman broke the record of Arjen Robben. Another fact about the speed of the Frenchman: for 4 years in a row, Mbappe has been the fastest player in the FIFA football simulator. And the last fact about Kylian's speed is that he wants to go to Real Madrid as soon as possible. Donatello in the summer is another fact about the Frenchman. Although if we were in the place of Kylian, we wouldn't be in a hurry to leave Paris. The Frenchman lives in a 2-story apartment with an area of 600 square meters with a view of the Eiffel Tower. His apartments are literally a little less than Luxembourg. Mbappe is one of the most popular people in France. He has 57 million followers on Instagram. This is 54 million more than the president of the country, Emmanuel Macron. One post on Kylian's Instagram costs 400,000 euros. That's how much his family got after signing the contract with Monaco. Mbappe makes money not only on the field and on Instagram. The Frenchman has advertising contracts with Qatar Airlines, Hublot, and Nike. By the way, the Nike company has been loyal to Kylian for a long time before signing the contract. The first French boots were Nike Vipers, and the first sneakers were Nike Air Maxes. The passenger player also advertised Bitcoins, but as it turned out later, he was used by scammers who called on him to invest in cryptocurrency. Mbappe doesn't need many advertising contracts. After moving to Real, Kylian will receive 40 million a year. And this is not counting the amount of bonuses for signing a contract and various goodies that his father will knock out 100%. For example, for signing a contract with PSG, Kylian's father demanded not only money but also a new stadium for his club, a private plane, and free training visits for Parisians. Sheikhs, of course, know how to spend money on the wind, but the owner of PSG agreed only on the last point. Mbappe never had an official relationship, and at the age of 20, he said that because of football, he had no time for friends or girls. However, it can be said with confidence that the Frenchman was deceptive. Kylian was more than once noticed by Miss France 2017, Alicia Ellis, and also suspected in relations with the granddaughter of a Hollywood actress and the Duchess of Monaco, Grace Kelly. For his whole career, not so long, but already very successful and rich, the Frenchman received 1 red card. Kylian is not a tough player, however. At the 119th minute of the match with Rennes, the nerves of the young guy were shaken, and he roughly hit Damien de Silva. Despite the status of a calm, decent guy, the Frenchman's nerves were already shaking in Monaco. On one of the last practices before leaving for PSG, Kylian was in such a hurry to leave the club that he fought with defender Andrea Raggi. Mbappe was removed from training, but he refused to leave the pitch, and then the team went to train on another field. The Frenchman broke away in the February game against Barcelona. In one of the episodes, when Alba drove to Mbappe for not accepting an apology from Serginho Dest, Kylian said to the Spaniard that he would kill him on the street. So far, according to rumors, Alba is still alive. The last fact about Mbappe, but in fact, the most interesting fact about his life. At the age of 16, a young Frenchman almost went to jail after a fight near the stadium with a fan. Kylian smashed the nose of a 20-year-old fan of the team he was playing against, and he, in turn, wrote a statement to the police. By the standards of French law, it took up to 5 years of penal servitude, but his father's connections helped him avoid punishment.